Hello, everybody. Okay, so I am a senior at Louisiana State University and I'm graduating this May. So February is practically over, so we'll just say it's March. So I'm graduating in 2 freaking months. 2 months. And then I'm done with school for forever. That's crazy. I'm majoring in marketing. And so for the past year or so, I've been trying to get either the Disney College program or an internship with Disney, and I haven't been successful. So I've applied to 11 different professional internships with Disney, either for the fall or summer terms, and as a last resort, I applied for the Disney College program because I understand that with the Disney College program, you're working in the parks, and while that's not totally ideal, it is an opportunity for me to get started with the Disney company. And being a marketing major, I learned that you have to understand the customer first. A customer is always important. If you don't understand your customer, you're not going to have a successful business. So you understand your customer, then you can create products and services based on what that customer likes. That is marketing. My brother asked me that the other day. That's your answer, Stephen. There you go. I had my phone interview today. The process of getting to the phone interview, there are 3 steps. So the first one is you apply online. And when you first send in your application, you mark what roles you're interested in and not interested in. So high interest to low interest. And I put I don't even remember what I put, and that's probably not the best idea. So remember what you mark as high interest, because if you get to the phone interview, it's gonna come up. So if I were to do this differently, I would remember what I said. So once you get that, I waited maybe about a week or 2 weeks or so. It wasn't a very long time. It wasn't long. And I got an email and I got to do the web-based interview. And the web-based interview is like a personality test. So it takes about 30 minutes to complete, and some of the questions are timed, so you can't stare at the computer screen for 10 minutes deciding, if you like working with people or not. No, you have to know. And the trick is you kind of have to remember what you said for one answer, because they'll ask you that same question 3 different times, 3 different ways. So you have to make note of that. When I applied for this program a year ago, I made that mistake and I didn't get past the web-based interview, and I was super upset, but my life went on. So, got the web-based interview. About 15 minutes later or 20 minutes later, that same day, I got an email confirming that I got the phone interview. And I remember sitting on my bed being ecstatic. I was shocked, actually, because it was just a really rough day for me, and I was just absolutely shocked. And yeah, that was last week. It was about a week ago, actually. Last Friday or last Thursday. Today is Friday, February 24th, and I got the confirmation for my phone interview either February 16th or 17th, so it was right there. And so I had a week to prepare, and to prepare for the interview, I looked up all these different blogs and typical questions they ask you and role-related questions, and I was so prepared for this interview. I did not want to screw it up, the phone interview. So my advice, definitely watch YouTube videos of people giving advice like this one, or there's even some videos of people on the actual phone with their recruiter. Those are good too, except they're 20 minutes long and it takes a little longer, but they're also super helpful. Reading up on blogs, there are so many blogs out there with potential questions. It was incredible and absolutely helped me, because a lot of questions came up and it's oh, I remember writing out that answer or having an answer prepared for that. So that was super important to have. So a lot of the questions my recruiter asked me were questions about my experience, my work experience, and how that relates to the roles I was interested in. And thinking about it now, she didn't ask me really role-specific questions, except she asked me about attractions because I indicated that I was highly interested, and she asked, how would you keep yourself busy or to, you know, say something over and over again. And that question, I took that and I said I would make fun ways to communicate the information with park guests because, you know, they need to listen to what I have to say. And one of the things I noticed about visiting Disneyland, like the people doing the attractions, they have fun ways of saying it. Like they'll do different voices or they'll do different things, and that's really fun. Like it's a chance to kind of be creative in that role. And then she asked me, what do you think is the biggest, what would you get most out of attractions? And I said, seeing the emotional progress that the guest goes through, like from when they first get on the ride, they're kind of nervous, kind of scared, and then when they get off the ride, they're super excited. And I related that to every time I go on Space Mountain. Like, it's always like, Space Mountain, then you get off and you're like, whoa, that's Space Mountain! So, yeah, I think it was good. But, yeah, she was super friendly, and again, with the roles, see, I didn't remember that I indicated high interest in attractions, so I just had to let my brain do its thing and kind of hopefully answer well enough to get accepted to the program. But, I think it went well, and now I get to play the waiting game and hopefully get accepted. I'm really, really excited if I get accepted. I really want to do it. Like, that would be incredible. And look, I even have, a lot of people think I'm Norwegian, but look at me. Do I look Norwegian? No, I don't. But I have this Norway sweatshirt, and it's actually from the Epcot Center. I've had it since 2007. And it's my favorite sweatshirt ever, so. A few other things I want to make note of. My recruiter asked me about quick service food and beverage, and what I would get most out of that role, and I am literally stupid. So I first said, well, I love food, so being involved with working in food would be a lot of fun, but that was not my full answer. And then I was like, brain, please work, and then I said, and it's not like I would ever be alone, because I know that you have the food carts outside, and you work at that stand like by yourself. You're the only one, like you're only getting churros, right, from one person. But you're never alone. You're always interacting with park guests, and you know, if I'm the first person that a guest sees that day, then I get to help make their vacation and experience magical by being the first friendly, upbeat cast member that they see. So it was something very similar to that. I think she really liked the answer once I like got my brain working. And then she asked me about recreation, and I told her recreation to me is like, I am saying like a lot right now. During your interview, do not say like every other word. It's not professional. Okay, be prepared. Recreation. I told her that recreation is a time to, you know, get out of the house, get out of your comfort zone, do something new, and to be able to create that experience, whether it be like water boats, mini golf courts, or what have you, would be fun. And it's something I would definitely be interested in learning more about, because at Disneyland we don't have those recreation activities, and I know in Walt Disney World they do. So to be part of something completely new and help create a magical experience for guests would be awesome. A few other tips. Smile during your interview. It helps. They can tell when you're smiling. I had a mirror set up so I could make sure I was smiling and kind of calming down. My face was very red because I was very nervous. Okay. But yeah, overall I think it went pretty well. And then she asked me what my favorite food or thing to get at the parks is, and I told her my favorite thing to do at the parks is to get a little scoop of ice cream and then sit on the curb on Main Street and wait an hour for the parade to start and just hang out. She really liked that. She did. She liked that answer. And a few questions that I asked her, and I know it's a very common question, is asking your recruiter how they got started in the Disney company. But it's interesting because my recruiter did not do the Disney College program or any internships. She had previous human resources experience elsewhere, and then the position opened up, and so she applied and got accepted. And then I asked her, does she know if people doing the college program, if they continue in their career with Disney? And she said some of them do, but a lot don't. So that was actually really interesting, because I want to continue my career with Disney, and that's the reason why I'm doing the college program. Some other things you want to remember during your interview: call your recruiter by their name. It helps. When you answer the phone, do not just say, hello. No. Say, hello, this is Jessica. And then they'll be like, hi, Jessica, I'm so-and-so. We're doing your college program interview today. Is now a good time? And yes, of course, now's a good time. I'm doing fantastic. How are you? That kind of really nice formality stuff right at the beginning of your interview, phone interview. Say yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. Okay, politeness goes a long way, I think. Don't say yeah, say yes. If you say yeah, don't even bother taking the interview. Like, just don't. Yes. I don't know if I already said this, but I dressed up. I was extra, and I dressed business professional for my interview, and I sat right here. And before my interview started, so I was going through questions and answers and whatnot, and I had like my whole desk area laid out with papers, and I had my phone ready, and I had everything like do not disturb, mute. I was just literally sitting for about 15 minutes waiting for her to call. I was doing nothing but just practicing. So leave plenty of time. Do not drive while you're doing this interview. Make sure you are in a quiet room. I put a sign on my door letting my roommates know that I was doing the most important interview of my life. Unless you're bleeding, on fire, or dying, do not knock on my door. Oh, and she asked questions about living, like how would you resolve roommate conflicts, if I have a valid US driver's license, like really basic information that you could find. Really, the easy stuff's at the beginning. It's when you start talking about your work experience and how that relates to the roles and what makes you think you're well suited for that roles and what roles you think would be best suited for you based on your experience. That's when it gets a little trickier. But just be positive, stay calm. I wrote myself little positive sticky notes during my interview. I honestly don't remember looking at them during my interview because I really feel like I wasn't here when I did it, but I was. So that is all I remember from my phone interview. Good luck to all you applicants out there who are waiting on to do your phone interview. You will do great. Remember, be prepared, watch videos, read blogs, and I really, really, really hope that I get accepted. That would be awesome. Anyways, bye.